It's Valentine's Day on Sistas, and no one is safe from Cupid's arrow.
They all from him? Every one of them. Don't fall for it.
Next Wednesday,
Calvin, you guys should really just leave each other alone.
guard your heart
So you're thinking about Zach?
No, I'm not.
You're still in love with him.
What's gotten into you?
I'm just sleep.
and watch your back.
They don't want us to be together. They're not going to stop that.
What are you gonna do?
Tyler Perry's
What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sisters. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sisters. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sisters fans, hope you are doing well. You just saw the preview for next week's episode, A Tough Decision, Season 2, Episode 15, airing February 10th. Danny tries to help Preston after his life is threatened. Fatima is ready to pursue a relationship. Karen enacts revenge upon Zach. All right, so before going further, you know the drill. Please go ahead and like the video, hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel, and follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. So we pretty much start off, it's Valentine's Day. I hate Valentine's Day. All right, so apparently Gary has filled Andy's entire apartment with flowers. Really reminds me of what Oscar did for Candace when he was conning her. And I think they went to like New York or something. And in the hotel they were staying at, he filled up the entire room with flowers. Or no. Actually, I think I'm thinking about when he had already taken the money, said he was going back to New York, and filled up her house with the flower. Yeah, that's what it was. All right. So basically, Karen and Andy are talking on the phone, and she's like, "Are those flowers all of them from him?" "Yeah, don't fall for it, girl." All right. Then we got, Danny helping Preston into her apartment, and, him pretty much explaining that his family or brothers don't want them seeing each other. And Danny's like, "What are you going to do about it?" So in the trailers, like, Danny tries to help Preston after his life is threatened. All right. So based on the brief scene between Zach and Fatima, and there's also the end credit scene, Zach is hesitant because Fatima's treating him way nicer than Karen ever did. But Karen's like, Karen never did, but Fatima's like, no, this is a no X zone. And he's like, "You're lethal." And then they're having shower sex. All right. So it's sad because you go over to Aaron and Karen. It looks like, Karen is trying to get to know each other better. And then there's another scene in bed where Aaron's like, "I know you're still in love with Zach." And unfortunately, the end of the synopsis says Karen enacts revenge on Zach. We do have what looks like to be a scene where a police car is stopping a white truck, which I do believe is the same company truck that Zach is using from Chainbreaker. So I don't know if this exactly is Karen doing this, because of the fact that this isn't like Zach's registered vehicle. He's just borrowing it. I mean, Karen did learn about him with Chainbreaker, so maybe if the police looked into it, knew he was with Chainbreakers, knew he was using a vehicle, then they stopped him. Could this be Officer Rhea? I don't know. There are just a lot of things going into this, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm 100% mad at Karen, per se, because of the fact that I know as fans, a lot of us are like, you know what, Zach's doing well for himself now. She just needs to leave him alone. This is sad. Well, remember at the beginning of the season, when Karen was moving forward with Aaron, you had Zach break into the hotel room, attack Aaron, and then he landed in jail. So I'm not saying an eye for an eye, but I'm just saying, for everyone saying they hate Karen, just remember Zach didn't do too good of a job, moving forward as well. But you could make the argument, well, Jeremy, he didn't call the cops on her and try to get her arrested. Fair enough. But I'll do a separate video on that. Let's see. Also, we have Sabrina and Calvin playing the same games. I'm with Maurice. I'm like, just, if you're going to be with each other and not just leave it alone, because it looks like Calvin's going on a date, and You got Sabrina looking at somebody's pictures on the phones. I couldn't tell if it was Jacoby's or Calvin's. I don't know. But aside from that, I believe that is everything from the trailer itself. A tough decision. So I guess the decision is Sabrina, whether or not she's going to move forward with Calvin or choose someone else. Whether or not Fatima is going to, well, I guess you could say if Zach is going to agree for a relationship with Fatima. And then, of course, you know, a tough decision if Andy's going to pursue Gary. I don't know. It's just some nonsense over there. But this looks like an interesting episode. I can't wait to see it. And hopefully I'll have a review up on time. Just saying. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, of course. And I look forward to talking to you in the next video. But as always, if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month.